So you guys saw a load of my videos where we did tutorials on how to get certain items, and the main question I have had is, what build am I using for my battle mage? Well, here it is. This video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Get 3 months free with every 12-month subscription. Link in the description. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my Battle Mage build, and this thing is OP as hell. A lot of people are using this sort of stuff right now, but with all the comments, we were stupid to ignore it. So, we've been prepping you guys up with a load of videos on how to obtain certain items, and today is going to be the last couple of items that you'll need to rock the build that we've got right here. This thing is a one-shot machine, and it's absolutely insane. If you guys are wanting the other parts to this build, I'll leave the links down in the description for each individual thing that you will need to make this build rock as hard as this. But up until then, we have got the final 2 pieces, and we're going to break this down right now. So if you want the final 2 pieces to this build, make sure you hang around till after the overview, because we're going to jump into it. Okay, so we're going to start off with the weapons, armor sorts, and talismans that we've got inside of this build before we get into the actual magic itself. Now, the armor size of weaponry is these two here. I've got the Moonveil and the Black Knife. Now, I think these are kind of subjective to whatever it is that you want to utilize, as this isn't going to really be the main part of the build. But the Moonveil is a very, very good item. It's something that you guys will really end up using at these close quarter combats, because it has some very, very good statistics and very, very good utilizations. Next up, we have got the Lusats Staff. Now, this thing is overly impressive, especially for this build. It's going to be crazy. Now, I've got mine up to +9, and if you guys want to get your hands on this, it's going to be at the back end of this video. But right now, when we look at this right here, it does enhance the power of all sorceries, but consumes an additional FP. Now, this is going to be really, really important, because the enhancing power of the sorceries is going to be what we're utilizing this for the most. Next up, we have got the Azur's Glintstone Crown. Now, we've actually got a video already out on how you can get the entire armor set, and I'll leave the link down in the description for that one. But this is absolutely mental. Now, the thing for this is quite important. Now, it does state that this crown replaced Azur's brain and skull altogether, and now, removed from his body, it is all but dead. What power remains within raises the potency of Azur's primeval current sorceries at the cost of an additional FP consumption. Now, there is a massive FP consumption from these 2 items yet alone, but this is going to be completely counteracted, which is why you can see me using specific spells for such a long period of time. The rest of your armor set is quite subjective yet again. You can pretty much run anything you want to. I was running at one stage, I was running the Radahn's Lion armor. I liked rocking that quite a lot. And I also had the Black Flame Monk armor on quite a bit as well. At the moment, we've got the Black Knife armor on. But if you do want to get your hands on the Black Knife armor, then we have got a guide that has just gone up for that. If you want to go and check that out, again, link is down in the description. Next up, we've got a couple that you need and a couple that you can just pick between. Now, for me, the Gold Scarab is something you always need to have in your arsenal. This is a must-have, and you need to have it all the time, just because it enhances the runes obtained from defeated enemies. And with this, you're going to be defeating enemies left, right, and center. So this is something you need to have at all costs. The link for that is in the description. Go ahead and grab your hands on it. Next up, we've got the Graven School Talisman. Now, this raises the potency of sorceries, and this is actually found in quite a easy location over here inside of the academy. Now, this is going to do something very, very important, which is it raises the potency of sorceries again. You can already see where the trend in this is coming, guys. We're going to make sure that we push this one out a little bit later on, so you guys will be able to find exactly how to get this piece. Next up, we have got the Arsenal Charm. Now, this raises the maximum equipment load, which means I can use any sort of weapon that I really want, and the armor set is kind of irrelevant. I can just put on as heavy as I want to, 9 times out of 10. Next up, we've got the critical hits restore HP, which again is a subjective thing. You don't really need to have that specific one. You can put your full damage on there. You can raise the maximum HP. If you wanted to, you could use the one of these where you raise the maximum FP. We also have the raising stamina recovery speed. I use that quite frequently, and the same with the raising of faith. So that one is quite irrelevant, but this one is very, very important with the potency of sorcery additionals. Next up, we're going to talk about the Flask of Wondrous Physic. Now, we have got two things on here, which is going to be your bread and butter. We've got the Magic Shrouding Cracked Tier, and we've got the Cerulean Hidden Tier. Now, the Cerulean Hidden Tier eliminates all FP consumption for around 10 seconds. 10 seconds. That's just absolutely mental, and that is your key component, such a long blast out that you saw earlier. Plus, we've obviously got the temporary boost for magic attacks. So when we drink this potion and we take the shot, it's going to be absolutely mental. I am currently heavy on the Flask of Cerulean Tears and quite low on the Crimson Tears, mainly because I'm going to be using a lot more FP than I am health, as I do utilise a lot of long range attacks. Next up, when we start talking about magic, this is going to be where the juicy bit is. Now, the magic in this is really, really, to a point, quite obvious what this is going to be. We've got the Comet Azure, and this is going to be the main thing for your boss takedowns. And we've got the Fires, a tremendous comet with a starry torrent. This is huge. This is absolutely mental. Alongside the 10-second overblast, you have got just an absolute cannon that can take out anything. Alongside that, we also have the Terra Magicus, and this again is really, really important. We've got a link down in the description for both of these two magic casts, and this one actually raises the magic strength of those within the sigil. Now, you don't have to use this, although this is definitely going to secure the win in my personal opinion. And then on top of that, we have got the long-range low-level attacks, such as your Pebble Stones, your Rock Slings, your General Comets. Now, the Comet itself does use a lot of FP, and this is something that I have been trying to take off, but I just enjoy it way too much. So that's going to be that, and that is absolutely everything that you guys need. All of the links are down in the description for the build that you guys will want to rock, and other than that, we are also going to have the last two items, which is the Cerulean Hidden Tier and the Lusats Glintstone at the back end of this video. If you have enjoyed this, then make sure you're smashing the beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribing with post notifications turned on. With that being said, let's get you the last two pieces. Now, with the Lusats Staff, there is a little bit that you have to do before you get to the boss. Once you are in the town of Sorcery, you are going to want to jump onto the rooftops via this tree right here. Now, it is a little bit slippery and you will fall off a few times, but it's irrelevant to it. You can get 3 locations where you need to light the flames. Each flame will open up a different location. May as well go and light all 3, and then we're going to go into the boss room, get the boss fight, and that's it. Enjoy. Okay, so there we have it. The Battle Mage build is there for you guys to go ahead and copy. The links are down in the description for all the other pieces you are definitely going to need for this build. Thank you very much again for watching. If you haven't already, slap the like button, subscribe, post notifications turned on, and go down to the description. Check out the sponsor. ExpressVPN are offering out 3 months free with every 12-month subscription. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate your faces, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.